A UCLA professor has been fired for not letting black students skip the final exam. Let me repeat, a UCLA professor has been fired for not letting students skip the exam. So this is the article. The update is he is fired. So racially insensitive email leads to calls for firing a UCLA professor. This is from some website. An accounting professor at UCLA's Anderson School of Management is finding himself in a controversy over what some critics claim was an extremely insensitive, dismissive, and woefully racist response to his students' request for empathy and compassion during a time of civil unrest. Gordon Klein, who has been teaching at Anderson since 1981, wrote an email that appears to mock a student requesting special accommodations over a final exam in light of the death of George Floyd and the ensuing protests and riots throughout the U.S. The unnamed student asked the professor, author of a textbook on accounting and ethics, to give black students special treatment given the tragedy in Minnesota. Wow. A lawyer with a business degree from the University of Michigan's Ross School of Business, Klein has also taught at UCLA School of Law and Loyola Law School. More than 17,000 people have since signed a petition calling for the UCLA to dismiss Klein from the school, given his background in ethics and liability. So here's the email that he sent. And this is going to be nuts. The private email conversation between the student and the professor has gone public. So this is what he said, the professor, in response back to that student saying, hey, give all the black students should have to take the final exam. The professor put, thanks for your suggestion in your email below that I give black students special treatment. Given the tragedy in Minnesota, wrote Klein, do you know the names of the classmates that are black? How can I identify them since we've been having online classes only? Are there any students that may be a mixed parentage, such as half black, half Asian? What do you suggest I do with respect to them? A full concession or just half? Also, do you have any idea if any students are from Minneapolis? I assume that they probably are especially devastated as well. I am thinking that a white student from there might be possibly even more devastated by this, especially because some might think that they are racist even though they are not. My teaching assistant is from Minneapolis, so if you don't know, I can probably ask her. Can you guide me on how you think I should achieve a no harm outcome since our sole course grade is from a final exam only? One last thing strikes me. Remember what remember that MLK famously said that people should not be evaluated based on the color of their skin. Do you think that your request would run afoul of MLK's admonition? Thanks, G. Klein. So, obviously, the dude went full sarcasm. If it was me, I would have just trashed a little, well, he's not little, he's in college. I would have just went off and said, are you insane? But yeah, so he's technically been forced on a leave of absence, but we all know that that's the preamble to him being fired. So yeah, this guy's gonna has been fired by UCLA because he won't give black students, he won't let them skip the final exam. Wow. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.